Into week 5 in Bone Storm. It's been a wild week, and now we can say that there's not one remaining unbeaten team. But let's not spoil that, Mr. Heath. Let's get into launching a little review of the scores and take me to our first game, sir.
I will take you there gladly. The first game, myself, with a huge score of 164 against the deplorables 66.7.
Yeah, that was a bad day for her, thanks to my man Ben Roethlisberger and his 5 interceptions. We only got her 4.6. Meanwhile, your pairing of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood and Nelson.
Jordy Nelson, yeah.
Exactly. Not a bad 40 points for the two of them. T.Y. Hilton with a great day with you for 26. Kyle Rudolph from where?
Notre Dame.
There you go, 16. And A. Jones from Green Bay. Did he start for you? Holy
Yes.
cow, 22. You played him on the right day. That's for dang sure.
Hey, both you and I picked up guys off the wire and started them. I love it.
Absolutely. And yeah, she unfortunately didn't have any bright spots other than Des Bryant. And so, yeah, rough week for her. Let's see if she can bounce back this week and get that second win. Who's next?
Next, we've got, wow, this was a close one. A Make Fantasy Football so again defeats Voldemort 137 to 133 with a Monday night score from
God.
some. Honestly, I didn't even know the guy existed. The quarterback you picked up, and I saw that you sat
Cam Newton.
Cam after his 40 or almost 40 last week, and I called you out, sort of. Called
Yes,
you out
you
on
did.
the league message board with like, what are you doing? The guy comes back and scores what,
45.
45.
That was
And you end up
you're
winning by
confusing it.
4.
Right, you're confused. That was actually Sunday night, not
Sorry,
not
Sunday
Monday night,
night,
but that's
yeah.
okay. But no, believe me, when it was going into that first half, he didn't have a touchdown. I'm like, okay, I might have made a horrible mistake. I felt like this might not be the one. But darn if he didn't come back and prove me right with 5 touchdowns. That took some stones to start him, but man, that guy is
can't
on
believe it.
fire.
You're a
And-
genius.
Yeah, Antonio
I'm
Brown.
convinced.
Thank you. I wish Jason was here because he'd just be crying. Antonio Brown's helped me again with 27. Larry Fitzgerald was on the wanted poster for 11. Really, dude? Come on, man. Rest of my squad was kind of forgettable. Voldemort, stinking Jacoby Brissett in that game against San Francisco was killing me when he kept going for 20 points. Then McKinnon. This was the Monday night nightmare for Maddie. I had 2 guys going. He's got only McKinnon. But all of a sudden, Sam Bradford goes down. They're like, hey, Case Keenum, start going everything to McKinnon, and it's just climbing up. I'm like, oh God, here it comes. But thankfully, I was able to squeeze it out. He had a nice day from Chris Hogan again from those cheating Patriots, and a good day from Tyreek Hill. But great matchup and came right down to the wire. What's next?
We've got the Malibu Stacies, who were unable to beat Nahasa Pipa Petalan,
Yeah.
146 to 106. Poor Dawn. She's got 1 win. I got to turn it around.
Yeah, she's dug herself a hole, but hard
Not
to go
alone,
up against. Hard,
Not alone,
hard,
yeah.
No, hard to go up against a guy that when Carson Wentz puts up 41 to start the day, kind of puts her down there. And he also had Mike Wallace for 18, Kelvin Benjamin for 15. He had some pretty good scores. Her only bright spot was Pierre Garçon, which is pretty sad considering the lineup that she has.
That's her best wide receiver.
Well, but yeah, there was a lot of people on bye for her this week, so she has no
Yeah.
breeze and everything like that. So my guess is she'll probably bounce back next week. Le'Veon did show up with 19, and Gillisley, again, hard to trust that guy when he's giving you things like 5.2, but I don't know who else she has. She made the mistake with Gronk, but that wouldn't have mattered. I don't think it's going to get her another 40 points to win the day, so...
Now, like I
Yeah, what
said,
do you do?
she did check it, but not
Yeah.
the hour before. Earlier that day, though,
Right.
they were saying he was supposed to play. Okay,
Yep.
next we've got the gentleman for Quarterlies, who defeats the Champ Crushers crew by 10 points,
Yeah.
118 to 108.
Yeah, another close one. Again, had some Monday night madness, too, because Howard for Chicago was running for Clemens. I'm sure he was hoping for a better night. But Chicago, starting that new kid, Mitch Trubisky, their rookie, completely changed the dynamic of how Chicago's offense played. I mean, because weeks past, Howard has had a big one. Cohen, for me, had a big one. But as soon as they put this guy in, it's like, yeah, we're doing something different. We're going to try something different. And none of the regular guys got a lot of the things that they were used to. Terry had a great day from A.J. Green with 33.9. That was a big day for a wide receiver. Tom Brady, only 16, didn't even crack the 20 mark, but didn't need to. Clemens had some tough ones with Baldwin with only 7.7. Hearns only 4.1. Macklin 10. I guess he picked up my leave-ins with Brandon Marshall for 3.5. Now, I'm sure he thought, hey, my day's off to a great start with my defense of Jacksonville with 28. Terry doesn't even start a defense. She has Denver, who has a bye, and she still beats him by 10. Ouch, Clemens. That's like a woodpecker just hitting your head all day long. What's next?
Okay, another close game. We had the Braille Bombers, who finally defeats, well, not her finally defeats, but someone finally defeats the Wild Poopers, 142 to 133. Impressive run by Kat, but it comes to an end. She is 4-1. Yeah.
Yep, down goes Kat. That's right.
Yeah.
Mama took her down with a big day against my Steelers with Leonard Fournette and that stupid 90-yard touchdown. God, I was mad at our defense. We stunk that day.
Oh,
Devontae Adams with 25.6. Mom was rolling strong, starting 2 Green Bay receivers, Cobb and Adams. She's like, I'm putting everything on there. They got to do well. Adams came up with a huge day, especially that last-minute catch to break Dallas's back. That hurt. Russell Wilson, she must have been disappointed in this one, 13. On the other side, Wild Poopers, Dak Prescott, 35 points. You know what it was, Dak? It's because you took that touchdown away from Ezekiel Elliott. It cursed you. It cursed you, Dak, and you lost because of that. Todd Gurley with only a measly 5 for her. That's not like Gurley.
No, not this year.
With an anemic for him, 16, and then poor Stephon Diggs Monday night getting hurt. If Stephon Diggs doesn't get hurt, could have been a different game, a different outcome, doesn't matter. Odell Beckham in his last game this year with 22. I'm sure she's pretty stacked everywhere else, so I'm sure she's going to plug something in there. But, boy, tough to see OBJ go down. That's her first-round pick. So we'll see how she tweaks it going into next week.
So did she lose 2 receivers?
Who else did she lose?
I thought you said...
No, Beckham.
No, I thought you said somebody else.
Diggs is just hurt. He's not out for the season.
Oh, okay.
Diggs went down Monday night with an injury, but I don't think he's out for the season, whereas OBJ is definitely out for the season.
Yeah. Yep. And then J.J. Watt, too, broke his
leg.
leg.
Yeah, Houston.
Two
there's
dudes.
Another guy out for their Houston. There's 2 Houston defenders.
Yeah.
So
unbelievable.
Tough
okay,
break.
Finally, we've got our Gimme That Booty, who takes his son down 141 to 111.
Yeah, and even though Todd lost, he takes victory that his sister lost, so at least she comes down the peg one time. Jason and Todd are fighting it out for who's going to be second in that so far. Looks like Jason came up with a winner this week with Alex Smith playing out of his mind with 34 points. Nicely done. Hopkins, again from Houston, with my guy throwing to him, 27 points. Landry with 16, very nice. Graham with 15. So decent day for Jason. On the other side, Todd had Jameson Winston for 22, Melvin Gordon for 36. Oh, my. But Sammy Watkins, goose egg. Ouch. Really? That hurts. You don't see that very often. Brandon Cooks only 13 points. Kelsey with 17. Rest of it's kind of forgettable. Will Fuller on his bench with 22, but how are you going to start him over somebody like Brandon Cooks?
We just picked him up, I think, this week. Because remember, I wanted him. He was the kid from Notre Dame.
That's going to be our thing. That's right. That's going to be our pickup. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, we'll have to look back at that. I think you picked him up last week.
He did. Picked him up last week.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyway, so tough break for Todd, and Jason gets 1 win, so I think he still continues to be second out of 3 in that division. So, you want to go to standings and take us to see who's going to be sitting pretty?
Sure, of course. So we've got in Brockway, making fantasy football tied for first at 3-2 with Baltimore, followed up by the Malibu Stacies, who are sitting at 1-4. Ogdenville, which is misspelled, should be Ogdenville still. Camp Krusty sits alone at the top at 4-1, followed by Joe's team, Mapita Petalon at 3-2, and then the Deplorables bringing up the rear at 1-4. In North Haverbrook, we've got the 4 Quarterlies at 4-1, Braille Bombers at 3-2, and the Champ Crushers crew also at 1-4. I think there are 4 teams that are 1-4. And 3 teams that are 4-1. It's all over the place.
Yep.
And then finally in the last division, Springfield, the Wild Poopers, even with their loss, still alone at the top at 4-1, 2 games ahead of second place, which is Jason's That Booty at 2-3, and Todd also at 1-4.
Yeah, again, things are not exactly moving a bunch, but there are little moves here happening here and there. We'll see how it keeps going. Again, not halfway into the season, but glad to see that at least everybody has a win, everybody has a loss, so that everybody's getting a little bit of it. There's no more undefeated, so it's still going to be tough to beat Cat even without OBJ. So let's look at before we go to next week's scores or matchup, should I say? Let's talk about the pickups today. Not a
Okay.
whole lot of action today, as it
Nah,
were.
I
There
was
were,
out last week. This week I
yeah,
didn't.
there were only really two bidding wars. One was for Roger Lewis on the who's going to actually play wide receiver for the Giants. Kevin and I joked that we were going to be subbing in for those guys since they're all out. But it looks like somebody by the name of Roger Lewis is going to be the wide receiver everybody wants. And it looks like Voldemort was the champ on adding him for a big $10, tied with the Wild Poopers, but must have been in front of the waiver order, which hurts when
Okay.
you've bid the exact same amount. And the other big battle at $1, really $1, was Jason versus Jennifer for Zach Miller and tight end. But again, he must have been ahead in the thing because he got it. The rest of them, no big deal. My mom knocked anybody out of wanting the Rams this weekend, spending $23 on that defense. So that is not the bargain, but dang sure nobody else is going to get that
That's
one.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
so other than that, there's a few pickups here and there, probably just some backfills, some hopefuls, and some bye week fill-ins since we're in the thick of the buys right now.
Hey, since we're talking about pickups, this isn't anybody
Yes.
that we picked up in our league, but an interesting move in Arizona, signing Adrian
Yes.
Peterson to finally see if they can get somebody solid in the running back spot there. We all know David Johnson got hurt first game of the
Yep.
season, so that was interesting.
Yep, AP. There was a tweet this morning that nobody was happier to see AP than my man Larry Fitzgerald. They were talking about how great it was to have him in camp, or not camp, but on the team now and see how he does.
Yep.
I don't know if the fit just didn't work in New Orleans or if he wasn't getting the touches. Maybe he's one of those running backs who just needs those touches to get rolling, and Arizona might give him that chance, right? But
Yeah.
stranger things have happened. I mean, Arizona's a pretty good offensive team when they're working. But, man, I have a feeling, though, that both Carson and Larry, this might be the sunset of as they're both going down. I'm not saying they're going to be horrible, but this year they're not like they were every other year, which was so dependable. Definitely Fitzgerald, even if it wasn't Carson Palmer, right?
Yeah, well, he fits right into that group, though. They're all kind of in the
Yeah.
twilight of their careers.
Yeah, but hey, maybe he'll make some hay of it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's lots of talent around there, and with Carson spreading the ball around, maybe Adrian will get some touches and he'll actually try
This
to
is
do
true,
something.
and I'm not sure about New Orleans, but I would assume that Arizona has a decent O-line with David Johnson being so successful last year. So
I would agree.
who knows?
I would think
All
so.
right.
It'll be fun to watch. So what's coming up this week? Give me your top 3 matchups.
Top 3. I'm interested in the Malibu Stacy's Voldemort matchup because they're in the same division. She
Yep.
really, really needs a win.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of the same matchups as we've had in the past.
Some. Yeah,
Yeah,
some are.
yeah.
But let's take your first one at the top. So yeah, Stacy's versus Voldemort. Will
Yeah.
Gronk play? Won't he? We hope he will. She'll actually get a start there. Mariota, remember he was hopeful to play last
That's
week, but
right.
didn't play. Is he going to play this week? If so, that's a huge boom for the Titans. And again, it's a ripple effect because it's not just him not starting; it affects everybody. Henry had a bad week last week. My guys didn't have such a great week. Both the receiver and the Rashard Matthews and. Who's the tight end that I got? Delaney Walker. Both of them had down days. Mariota's not in there, so if he is back in, that's going to help a lot of other people, not just Voldemort. On the other hand, Malibu Stacy's gets Drew Brees back, so that should be a huge help for her and some other weapons around her. So it should be a good game. I mean, right now they've got him projected to win, but that's because she hasn't tweaked her lineup yet because Taylor's already on a bye, so they have him at 0. So we'll see what Bell can do in KC. Pittsburgh's looking to rebound against that horrible effort. Will Gillisley get in the end zone? I don't know. It's a divisional matchup, right, between the Jets and New England. So it should be a good one. We'll see how it all shakes out. And will McKinnon be able to light fire twice for Voldemort? Or will that be a flash in the pan? He's not going to get 30 every week, I don't think.
I've decided we're going to give love to all the 1-4 teams. So
All
the
right.
next game, the Deplorables try to get
Yes.
2 in the win column against making fantasy football good enough
Shot it
again.
Great again. Listen, this is what we call in the football times a trap game for Maddie. Maddie thinks I've got this one, no problem. But this is where it all comes back to bite me. This is where Ben turns the 5 interceptions into 5 touchdowns, and I'm like, yay, Steelers! Oh, damn, it's against me. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough day. I'm thinking about putting old beast mode and letting him roll this week because he hasn't really helped me so far, but I'm hoping maybe he can this week. We shall see. I'm not taking her lightly. I need to get this win because, I do not want to go down on a losing one because it'll just as easily as I'm sitting atop, it's going to just start moving down if I start losing again. And it's tough having Voldemort right now sharing the spotlight.
Okay, well, can the Champ Crushers crew get their
Yes.
second win after the Braille Bombers take down the top team in the entire league?
Oh my!
Goes up
And
against, yeah.
so Mama loses Eifert. He's going to have season-ending surgery. Wilson's on a bye. Seattle's on a bye. Lockett's on a bye. She's got a lot of people on bye. This could be the week that she's ripe for an upset with Mr. Champ Crushers coming into town, with Kirk Cousins getting his swerve on, Freeman back on the field. Will his new pickup of Nelson Aguilar continue to perform? It's going to be a great matchup. My mom's going to be biting her nails, I'm sure, the entire time.
Okay, and then finally, the last of the 1 and 4s.
Yes.
We've got the Punishment Due going up against another in the league, Gentlemen's Four Quarterlies.
Yes. Terry quietly getting the job done.
I know.
Now, she will be without her number one wide receiver, A.J. Green, so that might tip the tables towards the Punishment Due. But that doesn't mean he can just sit back on his on his ample haunches and rest this week. He's got to get his work done. He's hoping for Brandon Cooks to get more than 13.1. Amir Abdullah, now hopefully on the not on the no-fly list.
He might still be on that list, yeah.
Exactly. I know what you're talking about. And, will Terry start Njoku from Cleveland, who had such a big week last week. This is going to be fun to watch these names fly by. So good luck to Todd. See if he can get out of the 1 and 4 dog hole that he's in.
Okay, those are all the 1 and 4s, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And so, again, I need to do my homework, which I haven't done yet, and that's look at the schedule and propose some days that we're all going to get together to where we can actually go out or at least have some people over. So
Yeah.
I'm going to commit to the league. I'm going to do that before next week. So next week you hold me to it, and I got to come up with
Okay.
something there.
Okay.
Yeah, for all those teams that are 1 and 4, I say muddy paws, get them out of the water, and let's get Buster out of the water hole and bring him back onto dry land. Right, Clemens? You know what I'm talking about. I hope you watch this. So, Kevin, any exciting news from Idaho? What is going on there? My whole state's on fire with California. You know,
I saw that.
It's burning.
I saw that.
How
Yeah,
is Idaho faring?
It's starting to get a little bit chilly. We're
Nice.
we're into the 30s already at
Oh,
night,
snap.
and the cars are frosty. A couple days this week, not yesterday or today, but earlier this week. I've got a heater wire that I've now installed on top of the roof
How's
to
that
melt the
working
snow.
so
We
far?
will see as soon as the snow shows up. We shall see.
So the frost is on the pumpkin. I love it. Now,
Yes.
when do you guys hit that time where it gets dark for so long and then people get depressed because the sun doesn't come out as much? When does that normally happen?
That's January, February time.
Okay,
frame.
so that's after the. Okay,
That's
gotcha.
the inversion.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right. Well, hey, we're nowhere near the. It's called inversion.
Yes.
We're nowhere near the inversion now. So smiles, everybody. Oh, and Mr. Clemens, not Mr. Clemens. Belay that or scratch that, Mr. Heath.
Yes.
I have half of my outfit for Halloween. Do you, Mister? I'm going to create that shirt by myself.
I have.
Look at your eyes. I just saw that.
Nope.
Da.
No, I have half of the top and this.
Half of the top.
I need some facial stuff.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so people, you're going to love our outfits this year. We're going back to the 90s for this one. You know what we should do? I'm going to pull a couple of clips from the old ones and put them on there to show my
Okay.
lovely Big Bird costume the one year and the other ones that we did that
Okay.
were rightfully mocked. But this year I think we're going to bring it big time. So looking forward to that. So stay tuned for the Halloween version of this, folks.
That's
It'll be
right.
fun.
That's right.
So, Kev, you got any other words before we part here?
Nope.
Hey, no trades yet, right? Or if
I
there
would-
were, it was
now,
very small.
Okay, let me talk
Oh,
about
other
that
than
just
the Todd collusion trade with Dad.
just briefly.
Yes.
I told Dawn that perhaps if she's not going to check the waiver wire for some value, to possibly take Le'Veon Bell and see if she can't turn him into maybe 2 starters. So if anybody's
So the
interested,
word's out now.
the word is out. Send some offers. I'm sure she'll review them. She is ripe for some activity.
Right for the plucking. I love it. All
That's right.
So for Kevin Heath, this is Matt Dickey saying, Bone Storm, Kevin, take us home. Take us out.
Stay classy, Bone Storm.
That's right.